no idea what timing is. In light of starting a new channel, I was going to try to show a little bit of me working, and I could talk at the same time. I don't have a camera tripod or anything, but I got a couple spacers here. They were turned for something else, but they both happen to be just about the right length. And all I'm going to do here now, try to set the camera on. That is, it don't look too bad, I guess. Yeah, alright, so anyway, what I do is I just bolt something up in there, make sure that my bowl holes are all clear, and I've got plenty of room to tighten up on the alternator. And then I look down the belts to see how straight it is, or how aligned it is with that bottom pulley. Looks like I'm about another 1/8 of an inch or so. That bolt's going in good. That's good. You need a good strong alternator bolt, because these things, they turn at pretty high speed and vibrate and all that kind of shit. Looks like I could have probably no. The bolt went in all the way to the end. Anyway, that's pretty tight. This bracket has got 2 holes in it, and the lower hole is the one that matches the head. But I can't pull the alternator up to tighten it. So what I'll have to do is cut that bracket off there. So it might make a little test. I just bought a little air tool here, a little 2.5 inch cutoff tool, brand new, haven't used it yet. Some, don't know what it was, some cheap Chinese something. Rotation, oil daily. I put some oil in it. So I'm going to pull that bolt back out of there. Just try to cut that bracket, that top hole out of that bracket. Oh, there it is. Probably going to be really loud. I don't know. Seems to work pretty good. Hold it straight here. Just eating up the wheel. Don't have enough air pressure. I think I only got about 40 pounds. Yeah, it's a cheap cutter too. Well, I got one more cut out of it. Fuck, I cut it into the hole. Son of a bitch. Put it. I ain't gonna mess with this thing no more. I'm gonna use the electric tool. I've already cut it into the hole. electric thing and cut off that. This has got to come up this way, so. Well, that looks pretty good. I guess we'll stick a bolt in it and see if it looks like it's going to line up. Yeah, we got plenty of room there now. Alright, so I'm gonna weld that a little bit right where I cut through it into the hole. Right, and then strengthen that up a little bit. Be right back. Alright, I welded that up right there and just rough filed it down. I have to clean the hole out, make sure my bolt will go through it, but it's got room to turn. And I'll put it back together with the spacers, and that'll kind of be it. I might squirt a little paint on it right now, I don't know. Alright, I welded that up, ground it off. I got 2 spacers and a nut over here. I don't know, I think that might be too far for it. I think I'm going to have another spacer in the middle there too, because there ain't really, well, this doesn't make any difference. It's just not ever going to tighten up on that bracket without some kind of a spacer here in the middle, so I have to figure that out. I kind of got wires and belts and shit in the way. Feel heat coming off something. Oh, that's where I welded that middle. Looks like it's lined up good with the bottom one. Well, no. Looks like it's more lined up with the front one. So that nut's got to go. I have to take that out of there. And then I'll have to figure out that center spacer. Alright, so I took that nut out of there. And if I look down here, let me move this belt out of the way. If I look down there to that bottom one, if I line it up here in the top, it's pretty straight, maybe a little bit back. And looking over it here at the one down there, it looks like dead perfect. So it looks like it might be a little bit forward. I'm not going to worry about that. Now I'm going to make a spacer to go inside of here, So when I bolt it down, it actually bolts all the way to the block instead of just bolt in and letting it slide freely. So at least now I can measure how much I need. It's lined up, and I can get a little piece of square tube or a round pipe or something and make another spacer for that. Well, we're moving along a little. I got the distributor in, the plugs in. I fight with those quite a bit to get them behind those headers. And I've got the coil here mounted about where I need it. And voltage regulators in there. So I'm just trying to extend the wires. This coil wire won't work the length it is, so I'm just extending the wires. I'm not really worried about the colors too much. And got to do the negative here. This little gun just won't solder heavy wires. I don't know what it is, 20 watt or something. But I got a little bigger soldering iron, and it's got quite a bit of metal on the end of it, and that should make my wiring go a little quicker. And just press on with getting this coil wired up, and I still have to find my power wire over there and see if I can get this thing to spark. Well, I got it hooked up, and stuck a spark plug in the coil wire. I just run a hot wire over here to the battery, and let's see if it's going to spark. I don't know if you can see that. Sparks good. So, distributor works, coil works. At this point, probably put some gas in it. Might start. Let me try it with some WD-40, see what happens. Well, I just got a little gas out of my little generator, poured a little in on that carburetor. I don't have no idea where the timing is. Well, answered that, tried to start, backfired, blew the carburetor off. It just sat on there. So, looks like I got something right. Well, here's my fuel source. Plenty of filters. Looks like that's leaking a little. And I got a little electric pump, and I ran it over there to that. Let me tighten this one up and see if I can get that. I just turned this little crappy hose around backwards so I could get some steel on it. And see if it's sucking. Yep, it's going there. And looks like it's going there, but looks like it's leaking out of that carburetor. Now I do a rag under it, really can't tell where it's leaking. Looks like it might be up here on this top part. I'll hit it again with a little more fuel. Yep, sure enough, looks like it's leaking right out of the end of the fuel bowl. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, yeah, it's squirting out of there pretty good. Oh yeah, Well, that's something that should be reasonably easy to fix. But I think that's enough gas in it to fill the carburetor up, and it'll probably run for a little while. I really don't need a fuel pump, I just need to get some fuel in it. Looks like it got a little pressure because it's still dripping. Yeah. I'll let that finish dripping. And I really don't want it to backfire and start this whole thing on fire. And I'll clean it all up, and at least I got gas in it. Sound like accelerator pump's working. Looks like it's leaking out of here too, at the bottom of this pump. Well, that's what I get for buying a cheap carburetor and hoping it'll work. That bottom one there, I'm sure that's just a gasket, but anyway, I have to pull that carburetor off there and address these two leaks, but that shouldn't stop me from trying to start it. Well, I got all the gas disconnected and away from it. Everything wiped up. Looked like the accelerator pump did work. I just had some loose bowl back there, but I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I've got a little vacuum line off right there on the bottom. See if I can plug that. I think I'm just going to throw the air cleaner on it for no other reason than just to, if it does backfire, keep any flames from going anywhere. Well, there it is. I actually hooked the vacuum line up to the distributor where it should go. And this is my key on, so to speak. And it's got oil, got everything in it. Find my, there's my starter wire. Let's see what happens. Fired into the exhaust. So obviously I got the timing wrong, because I know I had gas in it, and I know it's firing because it popped. Well, anyway, I'm gonna try to bump this over and see if I can get top dead center again on number 1. And just manually set this distributor. I thought it was pretty close, but apparently it's not close enough to fire. Could be flooded too. We'll see. Maybe I'll just pour a little gas right in the carburetor there. The accelerator pump might not be working at all. I'll just put a little gas in it and try again. And I turned it over till I felt compression coming out of there. And I don't know what, there's really no marks on this thing. I assume that line in the hole is top dead center. Right here's the way the cap goes on. This is number 1, and the rotor's pointing right at it. I'm going to try to bump it over just a little more until I get it on top dead center. Let's see if I can do this gently. I'm way past it. Well, I'll keep trying this until I get top dead center. Well, I got it around again, and this is number 1 here. And what I did, like a dummy again, I timed this thing clockwise, and distributor's running counterclockwise, so that might make a difference. So let me pull all these out of here, and set you up here. I don't know if you can see that at all. So this is 1 counterclockwise. This should be 8, and this is 8. And the next one is 184. It should be this one. 184. And then it looks like 3. This one should be this one here. And 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. Well, no, this is 2 here. 7, this is the far one on that side, which is this guy here. Right. 1, 8. Yeah, I'll just figure this out here and redo them right. Alright. Having the timing order backwards seems to make a pretty big difference in whether the motor starts or not. I guess I'll just check the accelerator pump. It's pumping. So I'm just going to throw that carburetor clean on here, just in case I get a bunch of flame that I don't particularly want. Put my plug back in. While they're torquing it down, well, might as well. Wrench is right here. It's tight. Put the spark plug wire back on. It should at least pop. I think it's a few degrees before top dead center. key on. And starter button. Try to give it a couple more pumps here. Trying to start. Sound like I might have the timing too slow. Give it just a little bit of advance. A couple more squirts here. You know, that idle might be down to nothing too. Trying to start. Anyway, I got the timing right now. So that's good enough for what I wanted today. I got gas leaks all over the place. I'll try to get those fixed. See what happens. Got to get that carburetor fixed and idle set, and make sure I got fuel, and I don't even have a choke in it, so just expecting it to start from that. I didn't really expect it.